My message for Azerbaijani people is to wish them good luck with the reconstruction of the liberated territories. And I'd like to encourage them to keep going and remain courageous as they have been through the pandemic. I think they showed a lot of bravura and they were a lot of resilience. And I think that this has been a test for solidity of the people of Azerbaijan. And I really appreciate and I value how they were really strong while dealing with the pandemic and with the restrictions, and how disciplined. And so I hope that by this summer, life will be back to normal, and we'll be celebrating, all of us, the end of this, the effects of this pandemic in Azerbaijan and all over the world.
Hello, Mr. Ambassador.
Hello.
First of all, let me thank you for inviting me here to the Embassy of Egypt in Azerbaijan. I'm very happy to be here.
My pleasure. It's my pleasure.
Yes. And we have only 3 questions. I would like to ask with questions.
With pleasure.
Just in what level is the economic integration between our country? It's between Azerbaijan and Egypt.
Yes. The level for the time being is not satisfactory. We've been trying, I've been trying since the start of my tenure here just to promote, and there was a good reaction also on your part, on the part of the Azerbaijani government. But unfortunately we had this pandemic, so everything has been stagnating. All efforts have been just really slowing down. But for the time being, I mean, the main field that is going to be to participate through the Egyptian companies in the reconstruction and rehabilitation of the liberated territories. So we had a visit of a big reconstruction and real estate company that came last month, and they visited. They had very high official meetings, fruitful, and they decided willingly and to establish a branch here and to start participating in the operations and in the reconstruction efforts perpetrated by you and by your government. And I hope this is going to be in the interest of both countries. And for me, from the political point of view, having a company participating in your efforts in reconstructing the liberated territories is going to be a sign of the cooperation and friendship between the 2 countries. Mm-hmm. So this is the good news I have for you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Really appreciate. And what project you were implemented, for example, in such a very difficult period like pandemic? What about the future plans?
The future plans for me is mainly to resume the flight between Baku and Sharm el-Sheikh. There is already a company that was operating the line for 2 seasons, and they wanted to resume in September, but due to the restrictions related to the pandemic, it was not possible. In March they applied again, and now they are planning, the company is planning to resume the flight, direct flight, 2 direct flights per week, Baku Sharm el-Sheikh. So I hope that by 1st of June, when the country opens up, that the flight will be operational again, and we will restart receiving, having Azerbaijani tourists in Sharm el-Sheikh.
Was it a very difficult period of time like pandemic for you and the embassy in Egypt?
No, I mean it was okay. I mean we could survive. It was you know, your country, and Baku is a very nice city to live, so we could still enjoy ourselves while there was a lot of restrictions, but we enjoyed ourselves and we could operate. And I mean we had business as usual. We enjoyed ourselves. Yes. Yeah.
And let's talk about a little bit about education. For example, are there any programs for Azerbaijani students, and how many of our students are in Egypt? For example,
there has always been an exchange in the cultural in the field of education. So we have almost 30 or 40 students who go to Egypt for scholarships every year. Even last year we could get some students. So I hope that we are going to resume and to keep that level and even to increase it. And there are a lot of projects. And now in Egypt we have also this new administrative capital, and we are going to have a lot of international renowned universities that are going to open branches in Egypt. So we hope that this will be a good idea also to have students from Azerbaijan, instead of of going, that would be provided, given the chance to go and have their education in Cairo at the highest level for a lower cost compared to other Western countries. So I hope that this will provide a good chance for Azerbaijani students to have a high-level education while being in a friendly country like Egypt, that will receive them with great pleasure.
Mr. Ambassador, thank you so much for this very interesting and useful interview.